We live in an age of increasing confusion about human sexuality, where sex and gender used to mean the same thing. One is now a physical designation, and the other a social construct or a self-identification. Sex is no longer simply it's a girl or it's a boy. It is an artificial medical assignment. Gender can change after birth according to one's personal sense. No longer is there simply male and female. There seems to be innumerable sexual categories, and more being concocted on a regular basis. But in the gospel of Jesus Christ, there is only male and female. Everything else, according to the Lord, is an abomination. It is for this very reason that Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed. According to the proclamation on the family, gender is an essential characteristic and not a social or personal determination. Gender, meaning the state of being male or female, is not limited to this life and the physical body. A person's sex precedes mortality and will continue after mortality. It is essential, meaning that it is part of the very essence of human identity. We know that gender, male and female, was present in the world of spirits. God created male and female spiritually before He created them physically. Joseph F. Smith saw both male and female spirits in his great vision of the spirit world. We also know that male and female will exist after mortality. After all, this is the whole point of the new and everlasting covenant of marriage. There must be male and female to have eternal increase or a continuation of the seeds forever and ever. Artificial genders cannot have an eternal continuation of the seeds. But what about sexual identity before the creation of the spirit? If gender is truly eternal, then it must precede even the spiritual creation, extending backwards into the eternities. The questions really are, does consciousness and the light of Christ have gender? Are intelligence male and female? Neither the scriptures or Joseph Smith are explicit on this point. We know that Abraham saw the intelligences that were to first become spirits and then physical humans in this world. However, he didn't specify gender. Yet it is hard to believe that these intelligences were without sex or gender. After all, these were to become the males and females in the family of Adam. It was these intelligences that became male and female spirits. If intelligence are without sex, then this would be the only stage in the eternal progression of a conscious being without sexual identity. This would also mean that God, the Father of spirits, would have to assign a sex to each and every intelligence in the organizing process of procreating spirits. To make such an assignment would change the inherent and eternal nature of an intelligence. In such a scenario, like the teachings of the world, there is no eternal nature. Everything is mutable, including and especially gender. We believe that all living beings at whatever stage of human progression are also sexual beings, male and female. This must also mean that consciousness and the light of Christ must have an eternal sexual nature. So when the world speaks of the mutability of gender and proliferates almost innumerable gender categories, they contradict not only the obvious human body's reproductive system, but also deny or are ignorant of the eternal sexual nature of the spirit within the body and the underlying gender of the intelligence or conscious being. That is, there are three layers of gender identity: